Hi, welcome to Cooking with Fatherson.
Today we're going to cook Irn Bru Burger. So, first thing we're going to make for the Irn Bru Burger is some pretzel rolls. So, what we need to do is we need to combine some yeast and hot water, and then that's going to take about 5 minutes to kind of all come together. We give that a whiz in, you want to kind of get all the... You just want it so you can't see any of the actual bits of yeast, and the water's sitting at like 40 degrees, kind of lukewarm to the touch. So this is just spelt flour, I think. That's what you use apparently for pretzel rolls. So you just want to get that all in a bowl. We've got 12 grams of salt. I'm being quite meticulous with measuring stuff out, but normally I would just kind of whack some salt in until it looked like it was right. And then literally just gonna stir this up. And then it's really a waiting game for this to start activating, and you'll see like little kind of white, it looks almost like plumes of powder kind of coming up, and you get like a foam on the top, and that's when you know it's ready. And if you can see that, yeah, if you can see that happening, then it means it's not, you've not absolutely fucked it. So you're just gonna make a wee well in the middle of your flour, pop it in, give it a stir, and then just want to stir this and combine it into a dough. And then when you would sometimes put oil into bread, I'm going to put a little bit of melted butter. So I literally just got 40 grams of butter, stuck it in the microwave until it was melted. And then this is the kind of the bit where it starts to be a bit more hard work. So once you've kind of got it to roughly this stage where you've got a dough ball that you're going to be able to pick up and kind of knead your hand. So I don't really know what the proper technique for kneading is, but I just whack it about. I normally do this for about 10 minutes or so, 10-12 minutes, but you'll start to see a massive difference in it. And you can use a little bit of flour to clean your hands, but you can do the mad slapping technique with this as well. That was so close to falling off. So we've been kneading and rolling this dough out for the past 5 minutes or so, and you'll see it's kind of cleaned all the work top up. It's got most of the working pretty hard. Got most of the dough off my hands. And you can start to see it's starting to get a bit springy. It looks very different from how it started. And what we're going to do is just leave it to proof at room temperature. And what you want to do is cover it with a damp tea towel, and it will stop it from drying out.
Why does it need to be damp?
I've no idea. I think it maybe creates a better seal, or the moisture just helps keep the dough from drying out. And then literally just leave that there. We've waited about an hour, and our dough has doubled in size.
Whoa.
As if by magic. So you want equal sized buns. You can loosely just kind of cut this into 4. Then what we're going to do is get your hands on a little bit of flour if you want, but to be honest the dough isn't all that sticky. So you want to just, I kind of fold it in on itself. So you want it to kind of, you can kind of pinch at the bottom, it's going to sit on that, and we're going to leave these to proof for another like 15 minutes or so. So that will all kind of come in itself. So the next step to do with this is you need to get a big pot of water. You want to get this on to boil. What we're going to do is we're going to put some bicarbonate of soda in there, and that creates a Maillard reaction. Is that a word?
That sounds like a word.
Yeah, so it's basically how pretzels are really brown on the outside and then nice and light on the inside. But we've got our water boiling here, and then we're going to stick in our bicarbonate of soda. That's going to froth up everywhere.
Whoa! That was awesome.
I really, like, what happened was I was doing this and I went, that froths up when you do that. Shit. So it's nice and frothy, it's all in there. It's a little bit messy around, but we really do need cooking if it wasn't messy.
Totally fine, yeah. If you are using an electric oven, be more careful.
What we're going to do is boil these rolls and then sort of place that in.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow.
And we'll just do one at a time for just now. So you want that in for 30 seconds, and then you're going to flip it. Flip that over, and then give that another 30 seconds. Take it out. I've just got a little tray here, and that's just going to let that steam off. And then I'm going to just transfer these over. These ones have been sitting for a little bit already. Ross, if you could, or Greg, either of you want to crack the egg into that bowl, we're going to do a little egg wash. So crack that in. There's a little fork here.
Got one hand. You got one hand.
Yeah, that was a pretty smashing egg trick.
That's pretty impressive.
So basically what you want to do is, if you want to put a little bit of salt in with the egg, what's good is, you know, when you get that gloopiness when you've mixed an egg up and you try to do stuff with it, while you mix it, if you put a bit of salt in, it will start to break down the egg ever so slightly and you should be a lot more runny. To get that kind of traditional pretzel style, what you want to do is score across into the roll first. So you just reasonably lightly, depending on how hard you do it, it's how much it's going to kind of split out and the effect that you're going to get. And then you just want to lightly brush over some egg, and that's going to give it even more of a shine. And then, Greg, if you want to grab some salt that we've got sitting there, and you always get, when you get pretzels, always got that nice like salt, so you don't want to crush it up too much, just pop that on and give it a nice little, that'll bake in as well, and you'll get a nice salty garnishy top. You'll pop these in the middle of the oven, preheated to 220 degrees. We're going to leave them in there for 15 minutes, but keep an eye on them because they could go over very easily.
15 minutes.
Yeah, so we'll come back and check on them. Buns have been in the oven for 17 minutes and they look like they are done. Main way to check if they're done is just pick them up. They're going to be roasting and give them a little tap. If it sounds nice and hollow, then they're more than likely cooked all the way through. There we go, that's our burger buns, ready for turning into burgers later. Now it's time to make a quick burger sauce. All you need for this is red onion, a gherkin, and just kind of dice that up. Cool, so about that much mayonnaise. Gonna go for a couple of drops of lean pennins. A good squeeze in of Greg's favourite condiment.
It is my favourite condiment,
American mustard. And then just some tomato sauce. Give that a wee stir. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And then you have a mustard burger sauce.
Yeah, that's good.
And now we're going to cook some Irn Bru bacon. I've just got the oven on at 200. Whack that in. So next step is the Irn Bru syrup. So we've got some brown sugar. Gonna put it in the pan. Just gonna break up a couple of the big lumps here, but I'm not gonna touch it too much. Right, so that's starting to melt down now. So we'll just shove some Irn Bru in it. So I'm just mixing this through. Just got a spatula, non-stick frying pan. So we just want to get a bit of heat on this and get all that liquid to kind of evaporate off so that we've got a nice syrup.
You should always be really careful when working with syrup because it boils at a much higher temperature than water, so you should just be very careful.
Instantly kill you.
Getting that on your skin will instantly kill you.
We've got some mince here. It's Aberdeen Angus. So I'm just going to put a bit of pepper in, season that through, that's on the inside, and then no salt at this moment.
No salt?
No salt just now. So just give that, you just want to squish that all up. So I always think that making a burger, it might shrink a little bit. It's not got too much added, so it's probably not going to shrink crazily.
Yeah.
So we want a patty about this size. Just on the board,
yep.
Flatten it out, get that looking nice. Just stick that in the fridge. Okay, so once your syrup has got to this beautiful syrupy consistency, we can just get the heat off of it and then it's ready to go. Look at that orangey, beautiful Irn Bru syrup, and just generously lather that on because all the sugar in there is going to caramelise in the oven. It's going to keep going sticky, keep cooking, and oh my god, look at that! Yeah. Pop in at the bottom and let that do its magic. We've got our pretzel bun that we made earlier. Slice this in half, and there we go.
Nice. Perfect.
Nice burger buns.
Amazing. So
first thing to do is, if you want to shove them just bread side down, and while that's toasting, we'll get everything ready. I'm gonna go for some slices of red onion, maybe a little bit of white onion as well, and then just some little germ lettuce, and then a couple of slices of beef tomato, a couple of these crinkle cut gherkins. And I don't really think you need too much more than that. We've got it. It's quite a nice thick juicy patty, but we've got quite a big burger buns. What we're going to want to do here is, what I do is season it like a steak rather than like a burger, because if you mix all, or I've heard anyway, if you mix all the salt through and then leave it to sit, it kind of dries up or toughens out the meat of the meat. So I'm just gonna quite generously salt one side. I'll probably salt the other side once I actually get it on the old bloody griddle. Just kind of want to regulate the temperature. You want it to get that nice crust on the outside, and then it's not, you've not freshly ground them in, so you do want it cooked all the way through. So I'm kind of just looking for it to be almost halfway through, or maybe just above halfway through, cooking on the side before I flip it. Get it under, flip it down, and we have a beautiful looking burger.
That looks really, really good.
So, Greg, if you want to chop me over some cheddar, it's going to take, it's quite a thick burger, so it's going to take a good wee while to cook all the way through, but you're getting that nice crust on the bottom, thick pot on top of it. Create a wee oven for a minute. It's going to heat up. The steam, any liquids getting released are going to melt that cheese, and then just going to keep that heating and cook it a little bit faster and keep it nice and juicy. So you see, it looks disgusting and fantastic at the same time. Oh, it's you can see all the Irn Bru syrup on it. It's a nice dark colour. These bits are a bit crispier. It's burger assembling time. Cool, so you've got your top and your bottom here, and what I usually do is just get a bit of the sauce on the bottom, and then just a small amount on the top. You don't need too much. What we're going to go for next is a little bit of lettuce. Big bit of beef tomato there. I'm just going to put a little bit of salt on the tomato. Just give it a nice bit of, make sure it's nicely seasoned on there. And then that'll be cooked, huh?
Yeah.
You ready? Moment of truth. So you've got that, you've got a nice gooey melty cheese on there. Then what I'm going to go for is a little bit of American mustard. Because although I put that in the sauce, I like a little bit going through.
The best.
And then a couple of pickles, a little bit of red onion, a little bit of white onion, and then sticky, syrupy, delicious bacon. And there you have it, the Irn Bru Burger. Right, so unfortunately Greg and Ross don't get the pleasure of trying the Irn Bru Burger, but
Sucks.
you're not killing any animals, so.
Okay, go for it.
I don't know how I'm going to even possibly eat it. You gotta give it that squash. Oh, it's still. Oh, look at the juice coming out of that. You ready? My God, it's so good.
Some more napkin.
What really is cooking, Greg, but getting some ingredients, putting them together, and creating something that is greater than the sum of all its parts. Please buy our album.
Out September 14th.